why, conversation could be made for that Ric Flair is drunk, but I digress. So, Ric Flair did an interview, yada, yada, yada. It's in Finn Balor to become number one for the WWE Universal title, which will be debuted on SummerSlam, as we fucking knew would happen, but the name is far worse than anything we could have come up with. Balor should have lost that number one contenders match because, quote, cruiserweights will never headline WrestleMania.
I'm sorry, that's hilarious considering the fact that there were cruiserweights that have headlined WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. So he went on record and said, quote, last night on SmackDown, Dolph Ziggler, Dolph finally got his due again. What a great match that was on SmackDown. Dolph won. Now he goes against Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam. That match is long overdue for my friend Dolph. And at this point, I'm just wondering, can you blow him any harder? We love Dolph Ziggler. We love Dolph Ziggler to the ends of the fucking earth. But sweet Jesus, calm down. But then he continues talking about, it was a good match at the end. I watched the entire show. Bray Wyatt coming back means so much to the product. John Cena looked great. Of course, AJ Styles is off the hook, which I agree with. Cena does look good. Bray coming back is a great asset to the company. Holy shit. AJ! Apparently I'm going super fucking backwoods southern over here. AJ is always off the hook. You could put him in the ring with a paper bag and a fucking machete, and he's going to give you a 5-star match. And then he went over, he's talking about Raw. He didn't necessarily agree with the ending of the show. Obviously, he's talking about Roman Reigns and Finn Balor from Monday night. He said, quote, I thought Roman should have won. I know Finn Balor only to say hi. I'm a big fan of Roman Reigns. I'll be honest with you, Finn Balor reminds me of Dynamite Kid. They're very similar in appearance, same kind of work, and he's a great performer. I'm certainly not taking anything away from his performance or the match, but I'm a fan of Roman Reigns. So I'm saying something that I'm partial about. I think Roman, to me, has one of the greatest looks ever in the business. He's as handsome as can be. He speaks well. Okay, end quote. Pardon me. Hold the fucking phone. Are you watching the same Roman Reigns that we are, or is this during your medicated phase? Because, no. Roman is probably one of the worst dudes on the mic in the company. And I'm not even just talking currently. I'm talking he's probably one of the worst main eventers that the company has seen, who is just supposed to be able to talk. He just can't. He is not good at it. And if he never spoke again and never shot another promo, I would be fine with it.
He is literally one of those guys that needs a Paul Heyman. He cannot speak.
Yeah.
They gave him a speech acting coach, and he still didn't improve.
No. And, I feel like we have to say this all the time, is that we don't hate Roman Reigns. But he is not good. He is not good at what he does in any way. I literally was sitting there during Battleground, and I gave him the Cena treatment. I literally counted the moves he used in the ring, and I didn't even use 2 hands. Okay? I didn't need to count on my toes either. I got to 5, and then it was redundancy, and just repetition, and just, Jesus fucking Christ, will you please do something else? And I'm not going to sit here and talk about his promos because they're just not good. I could probably sit there and do promos better than him. I do it every fucking week on this show. This is not difficult. Maybe because I have the personality of that better than a rotting kumquat in the middle of the fucking Sahara, but, like, it's not difficult to slew words together and talk shit on people. It's really not. I digress. Let's get back to Ric Flair being a fucking psychopath. Anyway. Hey, he's handsome. He speaks well. Okay, he's got his self-confidence back. No, bitch, he has Adderall. There's a difference. He has been through some ups and downs, which we all go through in life. Of course, you would know that because you get fucking pinned in the fucking Logan airport for being a fucking intoxicated old man. But I'm just a big fan of his. That's because you're a fucking corporate monkey and you're programmed to be a big fan of him. This doesn't take anything away from Finn Balor, and where I think, wow, that was really poorly worded. Rick, get off the drugs. I see Dolph against Dean Ambrose as a huge SummerSlam match. I see that as being a bigger match than I see Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. I think Seth's got too much experience, and like I said before about Randy, Seth Rollins is the second Randy Orton. He's that good.
Sure.
I'm gonna let you mull that one over. Seth Rollins is the second Randy Orton.
Okay, lay that one on me one more time.
Quote, Seth Rollins is the second Randy Orton.
Stop that.
Oh my fucking Christ. Okay, so he added, if I'm looking at what's going to draw money, what I would pay to see Dolph against Ambrose before I pay to see Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. I think Finn Balor is great too. I just think you've got a legitimate heavyweight in Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is barely over cruiserweight. He is 217 pounds. He is a small guy. Okay, whatever. He's a legitimate heavyweight. And he sees a legitimate heavyweight in Roman Reigns. Well, that's why he needed fat burners. We understand this. And I think... I don't think we'll ever see a day, and I could be wrong, that a cruiserweight will ever main event WrestleMania. And I think that's what you have to look at in the total picture of the business. He's of that size. If you look at the two of them side by side, he's got a great physique, gosh, but he's smaller. Yeah, I don't think he weighs 200 pounds. I need to stop. So Ric Flair is our first stupid idiot of the week. My brain is literally bleeding right now.
Well, you know what? He wanted Roman Reigns to win over Finn Balor, and I want to be in Helsinki at the Riff sipping margaritas with UC69, but that's not going to happen.
Honestly, this is just absolute blasphemy. This is ludicrous. This is ridiculous. Every person who values wrestling wants Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins because they are two of the best. Their styles are going to complement each other exceptionally well. And honestly, you can quote me on this. That match is going to steal SummerSlam. Period. End of discussion. You can sign off on that right fucking now. There is no way in hell that people want to continue seeing Reigns versus Rollins. It's over. Period. Let it fucking go. This isn't John Cena, Randy Orton, number 473. Okay? People do get over shit. And sorry to break it to you, Rick, but people are over Roman Reigns. People have been over Roman Reigns. People have never been on the Roman Reigns hype train. Period. End of discussion. Get a fucking clue. Go back to the pharmacy. Get your medication. You're kind of slipping.
This is what happens when Charlotte kicks you out of her life.
Yeah. Charlotte's probably somewhere just going, Dad, stop! God, and I'm not going to sit here and just, rip shit and bash Ric Flair because I absolutely love Rick. I have for years. He was one of my first favorites. He was part of the reason that I was so warm to heels as a child. But it goes back to that old phrase, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain, and you're getting there, Rick. You are getting there. Slowly but surely, you are almost to Bret Hart's level.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so now that we've gotten that one out of the way, here's our next stupid idiot of the week. Now, if you are old like us, you will remember the name Road Warrior Animal. And he has taken to Facebook recently and, of course, in his infinite wisdom, decided to rant, poorly might I add, about Sasha Banks, who he feels is being, quote, shoved down WWE viewers' throats. I'm going to let that one simmer for a minute. He has received a lot of criticisms for his comments, with one fan saying there's a difference in shoving someone down our throats that we don't care to see and actual having someone shoved down our throats that we enjoy. Big difference. So, Road Warrior Animal said, how much does WWE pay Muscle and Fitness to put their own on the cover? Common Sasha Banks, which I assume he meant come on. Another attempt to shove someone down people's throats. Let them get over themselves. How about that? Get real. I sat here at the end of reading that for the first time earlier today going, what drugs are you on? And where can I find them?
Oh my God.
Because I would like to know where he thinks or sees the WWE shoving Sasha Banks down anybody's throat when what they're really doing, or what we're doing, is shoving Nikki Bella down people's throats consistently before they brought up Charlotte. And then Charlotte was pretty much shoved down everybody's throats as a very, very awful heel in the context that she didn't really need anybody, but they paired her off with Rick. And then this whole shit with Dana.
Yep.
And saying, let them get over themselves. Sasha's been the most over person since she was in fucking NXT.
Even as a heel, Sasha was always very much liked. And the reason is it's kind of the Stone Cold treatment. Doesn't matter if you're a face or a heel. If you're a good wrestler and you're good at what you do, people are going to like you. See Seth Rollins. I can't really say that anymore because they've thoroughly buried him, but see Tyler Breeze circa NXT. There's a lot of really good talent on the roster that it doesn't matter if you're trying to book them as a face or book them as a heel, people are going to like them. The same can be, if you really don't like somebody, it doesn't matter if they're a face or a heel, they're going to boot out of the arena. See Roman Reigns.
Ha 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 ha. Please get on the same medication plan as Ric Flair really needs to be on, because you really, really, really need to stop looking up your ass. Because that's where all the shit's coming from.
And honestly, you'll know the name from last week when we talked about the lawsuit that he is a part of.
Yeah, it's just a person who has ties to the WWE with a big mouth and a social networking platform. It's stupid.
He's not the first, he won't be the last, because it's just how it is.
Yep, and that is our stupid idiots for this week. I can't. I can't.
Honestly, I honestly feel like my brain is kind of leaking blood.
You do too?
My brain is just hemorrhaging from holy fucking crap, this is legitimately real life. It's these dudes are taking pro wrestling way too seriously.
No kidding.
Stop it.
Stop that. We need that George Carlin soundbite just so I can hit the button every time something like that happens.
I'm pretty sure I have it, honestly.
I'm thinking used it for After the Bell a couple times.